Hey guys, today I want to talk about what's a typical expat. What's to be expected when you get here from expats that you meet. You know, each area has different groups of expats, and each group is a little bit different than the next group. We actually have a pretty decent group. Not to say we haven't had a few problems with a few people. We have. And you're always going to have that in any group, okay? But you know something? For the most part, our group has been phenomenal. It's been really, really good. I've been very, very happy with my group a lot. And you know, what should we expect, and what type of people are you going to meet in these expat groups? Most of the expats are pretty decent guys. They're not alcoholics. A lot of them I find are religious, and some of them aren't. You know, or they're just a nice guy. We have one guy here. His name's Stan. Stan is probably one of the nicest people you can meet in the world. Very nice guy. You know, we have Justin. We have a lot of other people too. We have Nathan. We have Tim. We have many others. We have Paul. All these guys are great guys, but they all have different personalities, and they're all, you know, I love them all, to be honest with you, because they all add something to the group. And some people might not like some things or whatever, but you know something? I'm the type of person where I love everybody. I get along with everybody. I might not agree with everybody's ideas, but I try to get along with everybody. I listen to what they have to say. I might not like what they have to say, but you know, or I might feel uncomfortable about what they're saying. But for the most part, I get along with everybody. You know, a lot of people have been talking to me about Angeles. I've been talking to a few people up in Angeles because I have a few friends up there that I talk to online. And he was telling me that most of the expats up there, number one, they're kind of grumpy, and a lot of them like to brag. You know, the Navy SEAL stuff. That's what they like to talk about. They get a few drinks in them, they're going to tell you war stories that they never had before. You know, and I feel bad for the Navy SEALs out there, the ones that are real Navy SEALs, because anytime they go to tell somebody that they're a Navy SEAL, somebody's going to laugh at them over here in the Philippines, because it's just kind of the way it is. It's a ongoing joke over here. So I kind of feel bad for those people. But you know what? The majority of expats around here, whether I meet them up in Manila, whether I meet them someplace else, and I've been down to Iloilo a long time ago, and places like that in Boracay. I talked to many expats, both from the UK, Australia. Most of the guys are the nicest, kindest people you could meet. Most of them, they'll look out for you. They got your back. They're asking you, hey Steve, you need a couple bucks for this here? I'll loan it to you. And you know, I'm well off, so I don't really, you know, worry about that stuff. But they're always asking me, you know, nice things, or they do something for me, or do me a favor to help me out or whatever. And I really appreciate the help that I do get from people, because in this community thing, I kind of need help a little bit, piecing this community together that we've been building here. And it's getting bigger. We got more people coming, and a lot of people are offering help and saying, hey Steve, I can take them out and show them this or show them that, or bring them over here or bring them over there. You know, and it's very appreciated when people do that for me. But the expats here that we're getting are different. They're better, they're prepared. I think a lot of it has been, I don't want to sound like I'm blowing my own horn, but a lot of it has been because they've listened to a lot of the stuff that I've said to be successful. They've listened about the sweet spot. A good majority of the guys that we have here are in the sweet spot. A really good amount. I would say about 50% maybe or more are probably in that sweet spot budget or above it. Okay, and they live very, very well over here. And the reason why I push that sweet spot budget is because it's the sweet spot. It's where you're happiest. And that's why I see a lot of these guys are happier. You know, they feel better because they're living out their retirement, and they're prosperous and they're happy. You know, the ones that are coming over here on the lower budgets, you know what? Most of them are still happy, but sometimes I see they're not as happy as the other ones that have the income coming in. And I like to be able to have that income, not just for me. You know, when I see a buddy or I see a Filipino suffering or something like that, I can also help them. And you know, I'm always there for people if they need my help. You know, and I would hope that they would be there for me. It's all part of the community thing. You know, it's something I've always wanted to do is be able to help other people. And like I've told people before, when I come over here, originally I wanted to work with the church, possibly helping poor people in the street or whatever. And then for some reason I ended up helping the expats, and I think it ended up working out better because a lot of the expats that come over here, they could end up poor, and I think I'm helping prevent them having problems over here by teaching them and showing them how to go about things so that they can properly do things without getting in any trouble over here, such as with the insurance, health insurance, life insurance. When they die, they have to have life insurance, an emergency fund, and having the correct amount of money every month to live off of when you're over here. That's key. $1,500 or above, and I'm starting to think with inflation over here, maybe we should kick that up to $1,600 or $1,700 as a minimum. And you need to have a COLA. Your cost of living increases every year so that you can keep up with inflation. Even that does not really keep up with inflation. We've seen gas prices going up precipitously over here, along with food prices, and it scares me. It scares me to see that. So for everybody coming over here, just be careful. Be careful, But the expats that I'm seeing here, they are prepared. Make sure, guys, you're prepared too. If there's one thing I can teach you, is the whiteboard thing that I talked about. Number one, I've talked about that umpteen times. I can't get that into people's head enough, is to have a whiteboard to remind you of things and to put your check off list and to put a budget up there that you're gonna have when you retire. And keep looking at that and say, how can I build that a little bit more? Here's my emergency fund. Okay, how can I build that a little bit more? I got 1 year out, 2 years out, 3 years out. Maybe I could take up a job doing, we talked about this the other day, take up a job doing an armed guard or just a guard. I used to get these dirt watch jobs where you just sit and watch tractors or something like that in a lot. I did that for a while. I also worked at a parking lot for a while, just sitting in a car watching the parking lot, and I was getting decent money for doing almost nothing. I could plan then. You can do that, guys. Plan to get over here. You'll be a successful expat, like these guys that are coming over here now. These guys didn't sit on their laurels or anything like that before they came here. They planned, and they planned hard, and these are the successful expats that are coming in now. And you can be successful too. Most of the guys that are coming in here, the majority of them have planned for a long time. I'm seeing more and more people planning harder because a lot of the vloggers are pushing on them to plan hard. Some of the vloggers out there, they talk about different things. I don't really watch the vloggers out there. They talk about the girls. Our channel here, we talk more about what's really needed to be successful, okay? And the big thing is money, as always. You really need to have that money. Some of the guys that are coming over here, they've wanted to retire early. And I wanted to touch on this briefly because this is key, is that the guys that are coming over here to retire early, they know they can collect their Social Security at 62. And let's say they want to retire at 55. They've put a lot of money aside in their retirement accounts or whatever so that they can survive all the way up to 62 and then start getting their Social Security checks or what have you. It's not that hard to plan. There's different ways to go about things. And what they do is they live off those funds or whatever. They make sure that they have enough money for health insurance, life insurance, and all that. You got to have it, guys. Those are the people that will survive. Those are the people that will be successful over here, are the people that buy the things that you need to stay safe. Stay safe. Big thing to have over here, AC. Do not live without AC. I keep saying, some people say, I mentioned about you can have skin problems when you're sweating all the time because your skin is always wet. If you're in a humid place, just like in the Vietnam veterans will tell you that their feet, they were getting foot rot and all this stuff because of their skin being wet. Their arms and stuff were having fungus. Their nails and stuff were starting to have fungus because they couldn't take care of their skin all the time because they were always out walking. It was sweaty. It was hot. They were soaking wet from sweat. And you know what? That's the way it is in the Philippines. It's hot here. It's kind of like Florida, And sometimes it's like Florida on steroids in certain sections of the Philippines. Where I am, I'm lucky. It's breezier here. It's cooler here. But you know what? It's still hot, and you can still get skin issues and stuff here. So you need to plan on all this stuff. Have it all in your budget. I hate to keep on pushing on things like this, but this is the thing that's going to make you the most successful expat over here, is by listening to the things that I've told you, the things that you're going to need. You don't really need super insurance over here. You can call up Pacific Prime. You can Google it. Pacific Prime We'll give you 10 good quotes over here, or you can call it Pacific Cross, and you can get cheaper insurance if you want, or you can get expensive insurance from them also, depending on what you're looking for. You can tell them you want Filipino insurance or you want American or Western insurance, and they have 2 different types of plans there. One of them is exceptionally cheap. It's only like about $1,200 a year for somebody my age that's 59 years old, or you can get more expensive, you know? And remember, guys, always, always, always plan ahead and have enough money to come here. Don't just jump on a plane thinking that you're gonna get off the plane and you'll figure it out when you get here. Figure it out before you get here. Don't ever think that you're gonna figure it out over here, because you know what? Figure it out before you get here. You know, a lot of people don't do the research and stuff, and they just jump off the plane, and then they find out they can't make it, and then they have to go back. And sometimes they have nothing to go back to. Don't let yourself be that guy. God bless, guys. Take care.